got considerably worse to the point where anybody that's had back issues, I have, it sucks. Like you can't do anything, no mobility. So we're just trying to work our way through it.
What have your impressions been of Cooper Flag?
I mean, what we thought he would be. Probably the expectations are way too high, and then to have the injuries and to have the ball in your hand immediately was probably not the plan. Not to mention with Kyrie being out, I can't imagine how good he's going to be when he plays with a full healthy team. I think their team is extremely underrated when healthy. I think they're going to be one of the better defensive teams in our league. And when you have Kyrie that can score the way he does, and Cooper can be this multifaceted player that he already is at 18 years old, the future's so bright for him. Not to mention, the thing I like the most about him is the nights I've watched him casually because we weren't preparing for them. He just plays so hard. I mean, he competes every night in this league. You can't teach that part. The skill part and learning the league will come to him, as he plays. But yeah, his future is extremely bright.
How many of those nights do you have just where you're watching basketball casually, just with being a coach?
Every night. I mean, I don't remember not having basketball in my house unless it was Thanksgiving, and then it was college basketball sometimes. So, no, it's on in my house all the time. It's something you kind of just, you live it, and then you also enjoy it. I think you stop enjoying it and you only prepare for it. This job can be have a lot of negative energy to it.
What are they've been without so many front court guys too.
Yeah.
How they kind of manage that defensively? What are the strengths that you've seen from them defensively?
Yeah. I think that's been the issue. I think they have all these bigs that can play and drop coverage. Not to mention, when you can slide PJ Washington to the 3 sometimes, at times flags at the 1 or 2. It's an enormous team. So that's the challenge with AD. I believe being back. We know what he brings. He's a unbelievable defensive player at the rim. He's got great hands. We know what he can do offensively. So yeah, I think it's their size. They can really shrink the floor. With all that length. So, I feel for them. They're going through it. Popeye's one of my best friends in the league. So I can't imagine what they're going through with so many guys out nightly. And it feels like every time somebody comes back, somebody else is out. And that feeling is helpless. And I've been there with different teams. So, obviously I want to win the game tonight, but hoping for the best for them.
Your team is number 1 in a ton of 3-point attempts from the corner
Mm-hmm.
game, but a lot of teams are okay with that because they've schemed it that way. I was
Right.
curious if that's a number you're comfortable with or not.
I am, because we are slicing a lot and we're way up the floor, and I think what we're trying to do is force the ball back to the middle. And sometimes when you do that, the ball can find the corner. You have to scramble around. I do think we have to take steps in the right direction of making the extra effort, which we did in Phoenix. Regardless of how many they got up, I thought the contests were great. And that's what it's got to be. It can't be, the ball pops and then I just stop rotating. You have to keep flying around for your teammate. And if you do that, the schemes actually don't really matter. It's just about the energy and how much you're putting into it. And if you get a good contest, the numbers go down. We all know that. That's not analytics. That's just the truth. So it's just about energy for us, And I do think playing more zone, there's times it's broken down. We've had games where teams have gotten a ton of corner threes because we have not sliced correctly. We've watched it on tape. I thought it was better in Phoenix, especially in the second half.
What have your takeaways been just of having Cam stagger with the bench a little bit more with that unit?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been really good. It's allowed Jamal and Yoke to play more minutes together. And that unit has really fit well together. It really does put the onus on Cam and Tim and Jonas to be the offensive push, the offensive, the power, and then to have defensive guys out there with them like Bruce, and we fit different people in with the group. It's gone okay as of late, and I'll stick to it as long as there's some positive energy to it. And I also think it's helped Cam, have the ball in his hands more. And he's been really, really good. So I know we talked a lot the first few weeks about how poor Cam was playing. I hope we're all talking about how well he's playing right now.
You guys have lost 3 home games in a row. Looking back, what were some of the reasons for those 3 losses, and how do you correct that for the next?
Yeah, we have to play better defense at home. I mean, we're giving up a ton of points here. We're scoring a ton, but it feels like we're just playing a pickup game here with Chicago, San Antonio. I thought San Antonio, after watching the film, their shot making was incredible that night, but our energy defensively wasn't good enough. And there's no excuses here, but the schedule is wild, and this has felt like when we're home, it's just part of a very long road trip. I've told the guys that, but we have to mentally find a way to get through that. This whole thing about coming home and then leaving again, like we are again, and going back east is just what it is. And it's weird. It's a weird feeling. The guys this morning, we talked about it, at shoot around. Like I said, it has felt like you're just kind of here for a second to say hi, then you're back on an airplane. So we got to get through that, though. We have to find a way to have better defensive energy. Like I said, the offense has been fine. But to your questions the other night, like, you can't have 34 turnovers the last 2 games. We did win one of the games, but we're giving up way too much. Too much of our defense is being compromised by our offensive execution and transition, which leads to 30 points against the Spurs, less against Phoenix, but still, we got to clean that up.
You feel like the zone is getting better as you play it more during the season?
Yeah, and I think it's the only way to learn how to defend different people's offensive schemes is by running the zone. And I thought Sacramento did a really good job one night, and they really cut us up and tore us up with DeRozan was kind of floating around in the middle. I thought we took a step in the right direction and guarded that better. Phoenix really spreads you out, and I thought we did a great job at slicing, taking away the corners for the most part in the second half. And again, like I've said, it's another pitch that you have that you can throw, and we have to keep doing it. And if you don't have success, it's not about, well, let's just stop playing zone. It's let's get better at it. Let's watch it on tape. Let's practice. Let's elevate ourselves a little bit so we can play both man, and different kinds of defenses.
David, how's Bruce feeling? Do you anticipate that?
I think so. He's going to go through it. He's not feeling well. I mean, at all. I know that it's going around everywhere. So he wasn't there this morning, but I know he's in the building. I'm sure they'll throw an IV in him, and he'll go out and run around, and we'll whatever people take to act like they feel okay to play for 2 hours. So I'm hoping he plays. Bruce is tough, so I'm expecting him to play.